In these problems, we are dealing with complements and supplements of angles. And the thing to remember here is that a complement of an angle means that the angle and the complement add up to 90 degrees. So two angles are complementary if they add up to 90. A supplement, an angle and its supplement adds up to 180. So two supplementary angles add up to 180. In this first problem, we have this figure here with a linear pair, that is, two angles across a line. And these are supplementary. Linear pairs always add up to 180. We're being asked to solve for x, so what I can do is take this angle, add it to this angle, and set it equal to 180. That will give me an equation that I can solve for x. So I'm going to put 3x plus 140 plus 4x plus 19 and set it equal 180. And let's combine our like terms. 140 plus 19 is 159. 3x plus 4x is 7x. So that all equals 180. And then I want to get the x term alone, so I'm going to subtract 159 from both sides. That's going to give me 21 over here, 7x over here. Then I can divide by 7, and we get x equals 3. All right, let's look at this next one. It says, if A and B are complementary angles, well, that means they add up to 90, and the measure of angle A is 9 times the measure of angle B. That's what this all means. The little italic M means the measure, so this is 9 times the measure of angle B. So angle A is going to be much bigger than angle B, and they're both going to add up to 90 degrees. A bunch of these answer choices I can just throw out. Look, we've got over 90 already. You can't add 162 and 18 and have them add up to 90, or 168 and 18, so both of those are out. 85 and 9, well, those don't add up to 90 either, so that doesn't work. So I guess our choice is none of these on this one. And let's try this next one. This one is actually pretty tough. It says find the measure of an angle if its measure is 3 degrees less than twice the measure of its complement. Whew, that's a mouthful. So how do we approach this one? Well, we want to find the measure of this angle. So I'm going to call that x. This is going to be our equals sign in an equation. So far I've got x equals, and then we've just got to translate this portion. 3 degrees less than twice the measure of its complement. Well, let's start backwards here. Let's start with the measure of its complement. If two things add up to 90, then this other thing, the complement, is going to be 90 minus x, minus the angle we're looking for. And then we have twice that, so I have to put this in parentheses and multiply it by 2. And then we have 3 degrees less. That just means I subtract 3 at the end of that. So that's the equation we need to solve. And I can distribute the 2. So 2 times 90 is 180. 2 times negative x is minus 2x. And then I've got minus 3. I think I'm going to add 2x to both sides, so I get all the x's on one side of the equation. So that's going to be 3x over here. And then 180 minus 3 is 177. And then we have to divide by 3 to find x. And it looks like x equals 59. Now, that's a pretty tough thing to do, to know how to write that kind of an equation from this statement. You could have tried this with trial and error. You could have taken each of these numbers and said, what's its complement? Well, its complement is 90 minus 59, and then multiply that by 2, and then subtract 3, and see what you get there. So one way or another on that one. Let's take a look at this last problem. It says the measure of an angle is 14 less than the measure of its supplement. Okay, so the first angle, the angle is going to be smaller. It's going to be less than the measure of its supplement. So this angle is smaller than the supplement, and they differ by 14. So let's look at these answer choices. This one says angle's 173 and the supplement 76. Well, that's not smaller, so it can't be that one. 83 and 97, that is smaller, and it looks like the difference is 14. And do they add up to 180? They do add up to 180, so this looks pretty promising. This one, the angle is bigger than the supplement. That doesn't make sense with what they told us in the problem. This one, 83 and 76, that's not going to be a difference of 14, is it? No. Okay, so it must be B. So that's a little bit of work with finding complements and supplements of angles.